So I'm curious on this video. We got a few videos we gotta watch today, right? But the one that I want to see the most is how apparently a weirdo ruined their marriage over Genshin Impact. This is gonna be very interesting. Oh yeah, $600 of emergency funds was used. Oh, really? That's what that is? Okay. Now you're piquing my curiosity. Well, actually, to be honest, I was kind of expecting a little bit more than $600, to be honest. The memes that happen afterwards, really? Oh, I'm curious. Okay, I'm curious. Let me see. Let's find out. I'm very curious what this is all about.
Let me paint you a scenario here. This is kind of like a gamer's version of Rorschach's. You have $600 lying around that you're saving for a rainy day.
No, from the picture, it looks like Furina. Furina is the actual one.
Live paycheck to paycheck, and it's emergency money for you and your fiance.
Take notes,
But
go.
Genshin Impact has some new gacha coming out. What do? Do you let that money sit there, idly, just waiting to be spent? Or do you take the initiative like a true level 100 raid boss and spend that $600 that you and your fiance have been saving on that Genshin Impact drop? There's only one right answer. And unfortunately, that correct answer...
The funny thing about it, so because it looks like it, like I said, right? Zhao told me it's Furina, right? It's a rerun character as well. It's not even a new character. It's a rerun.
The $600 of emergency funds on Genshin is getting this marriage in hot water. It's actively falling apart. Now, gamers are some of the most misunderstood creatures in the universe, but we're also the most advanced species, so I don't blame people for not always fully comprehending our methods. We can level up, we can emote, we can even make you come through the computer screen. Watch this.
I understand gacha games, so.
Sorry. But sometimes shit just goes cattywampus, and this is one of those stories.
Did he actually C6 her? He did? Wait, so you're telling me he won every single 50-50 for $600? That's kind of crazy.
So, this guy's fiance, his IRL life duos partner, found out that he spent $600 on Genshin, and...
It's not even Arlecchino, it's fucking Furina. Get it right, chat. God.
It's not looking good. So his fiance finds out and tries to get a hold of him. We tune in the middle of this where he's saying, "Stop calling me." She insists that they need to talk right now, but he says, "You're not being fair at all. I explained my boundaries to you, but you're not respecting them. This is exactly what Redacted says is abusive about you." So she says in caps lock, "You spent $600 on our credit card on a fucking game. I explained it already to you. $600 for 2 virtual characters you don't need without asking when we are paycheck to paycheck. That card was for emergencies with the Civic." And then he just drops a screenshot of one of the
he just drops a screenshot of his favorite waifu in the text. It's all for Furina, bro. It's all for Furina. He missed Furina once, he can't miss it twice. Bro literally just dabbed on his fucking wife and said, "Bro, bitch, anything." Fucking clean my shoulder here. Anything for Furina.
Genshin Impact characters that he bought. An interesting.
I like Furina. I hated her at the beginning or so, but then later on I kind of grew attached to her, so yeah. Readable.
Strategy. He tries to turn this around on her and begins calling her abusive here in a little bit, but he starts by saying, "I told you my boundaries and you're not respecting them." What the fuck? I told you I was going to spend all of our money on Genshin Impact. You can't be getting mad at me. You're not respecting the groundwork I've laid out here. I told you I was going to do this. What's the issue here? This is very unreasonable.
I have Furina at 0, and she still does incredibly well, to be honest. And she's not even perfect anyways, so.
You told me you wanted her too, but you aren't happy for me, LMFAO.
So this is okay. So these are two people who play Genshin Impact. I see.
I like how he puts like the picture of the Genshin Impact character that he bought as like a, "Look at this. How can you be mad when I bought this for us? I did this for us. You said you wanted it too. How can you possibly be mad?
It's because she probably has an account and then I assume she wanted also Furina as well. So then, you know.
So what? I spent all of our
Oh, is this her third rerun? Oh, shit.
Money. Look at what we got for it in Genshin Impact. You should be thanking me. I just love how he's saying that she should be happy for him. Like, oh my god, honey, I'm so proud you bought this Genshin character with all of our remaining emergency money. Oh my goodness. I've never loved you so much. And he goes on to say, actually, I am done. I am a 29-year-old man. I am allowed to make purchases without needing your permission. That is an abusive dynamic. Explain that, or blank, explain that very well to me. We're gonna jack out of the Matrix here for a moment here to dive.
If you don't have the money or so to C6 a character, you should not be spending money. You should only be, like, if you have the extra money to get extra copies of the character, then go ahead, you know, be my guest. If that's what makes you happy, go ahead. I have a friend of mine who saved up money or so for Child to come back, but she saved up money for it. Like, it's like separate from like her normal shit, you know? So I'm like, shit, man, go for it. And fucking just go for it, you know? I think she got him at like, I don't know if she eventually C6'd him, but I know that she got him, I think if I remember correctly, C4, I think. She got him up to C4, so she was a huge fan of Child. And then she transitioned over to Al-Haytham, and that was pretty much about it.
Just that statement. I like how he puts his foot down. I'm a 29-year-old man. If I want to waste $600 on Genshin Impact characters with money that we have been saving for emergencies while living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, but at least when it comes to CSGO, right? Like, at least between CSGO and Genshin, at least you'll be able to get the thing that you want compared to CSGO, where you have to spend even more money in order for you to get the knife that you want, you know, or the gun that you want, you know? I have a C5 Yoimiya, but that's from rolling her every rerun she had. It's funny because I don't really go for extra constellations. The only constellation I got for a limited character was Kazuha, and that's pretty much about it. Like, I just usually go for the new characters, and then later I pick up their weapons afterwards, you know? But it's Furina, she had it worse than us. She deserves to be C6.
Damn it, as a man, I'm gonna do it! And he like rips his shirt like Hulk Hogan style. In his mind, I bet this went so hard. He's like, I'm putting on the big boy britches this time. No. I'm a man. I'm a man. I can buy Genshin Impact characters all day till the cows come home if I want to. I don't need your permission.
Oh my
I am a
God.
hunter-gatherer. I gather Genshin Impact characters. Yeah, where's my juice box? And then he has the chutzpah to say that this is an abusive dynamic from her for getting upset at him.
I don't mind if if I have a significant other who, like, if we both love gacha games, right? And we like to spend, like, if we have the money, right? If we have like the extra money or so for the gacha game, we'll do it. Like, we'll spend for the gacha game, right? That's only if we have, you know, that's only if we have like the extra money to burn, you know, to do it, you know. But that's pretty much relatively it though. But like, if we don't have the money to spend, we're not gonna do it, you know? So, Ron, you could just buy the skin in CSGO and still can resell it afterwards, unlike gacha. Well, you can sell your account, to be honest. Was the Bike Pyro character good? I missed her. No. She's like, the problem is like, if you want to use her outside of Notland, you have to get her to C6. So, yeah.
For spending all of their emergency money on Genshin Impact characters. This is like a pretty classic thing where they try and like spout therapy words at the other person to like belittle them or make it feel like it's their fault. So he's going for some big, bold strategies. Yes, I said I want Furina. I didn't say we should spend hundreds to get constellations. You are a fucking addict. You already spent all our Christmas money on it.
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy.
You're snooping into your fiance's purchases. You should take a look at yourself. She flips the bird at him and then says, this is a shared card that I set up for emergencies and you went behind my back. Why don't you tell Redacted about your gambling addiction to video game characters? He just says A. That's like a classic anime, like, ah! Actually, Redacted told me all about your coercion, and I believe you are a narcissist personality. That is why you are continuing to try and control me and control my financial decision making. You know this is my values, and I have had Furina as my wallpaper forever. I refuse to be verbally abused for being myself.
You wanna know? You wanna know what I have? You guys wanna know what I have? Here, watch chat. Let me see. You guys want to see like the wallpapers that I have in some of mine? Here, watch. I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys some of the wallpapers that I have on my like computer and like my phone. Here we go. Here, watch. Okay, so this is what I have. Granted, I don't have anything crazy on my second or third monitor, so you guys already seen my third monitor already. Well, my main monitor, I should say.
Gonna catch me riding dirty.
You guys already seen it's like an anime girl or so with like super bright colors and stuff, so. And I need to send these into Discord real quick. Let's see. I have her. I have her on my wallpaper, phone. I have her. And then on one of my wallpapers on my PC is this one. And it's pretty much about it, so. And that's it. That's it. That's all I have. Keep it there. But yeah.
I'm battling
I haven't swapped. From time to time I swap it though, but you know.
Anxiety, and you do not care at all. There's a lot that just went on here. So he tries to make her feel bad for looking into the finances, saying you should look at yourself, which is a crazy thing to say when it's a shared credit card that she set up and you went behind her back to use that money for yourself. Like, it's not like she was snooping. She set it up, and it is your joint credit card with her, so of course she's going to see it. We then get into some real pathetic stuff where he calls her a narcissist that's trying to control him and control his financial decision-making. Brother, this isn't financial decision-making, this is Neanderthal caveman gooner brain. This guy's saying that he's had Furina as his wallpaper forever, so he had to indulge in this obsession. Brother, it makes you sound like fucking Gollum with your Precious, where he's like,
I kind of like just pull, for me, I just pull every single character, or at least try to get every single character, right? Granted, there will be some characters that I don't like from Genshin Impact, right? Or if I miss the 50-50, it's kind of like whatever, it's not a big deal at the end of the day. I'll just wait for their rerun and everything. So, but I'm like, I'm not gonna go crazy or so in C6, you know, Shenhe, or C6, you know, freaking Yoimiya, C6, freaking what's her face, Yaimiko, you know. So I want to cosplay as Yaimiko. So, but like overall, you know, I'm not gonna do any of that shit. But yeah.
touching his phone, like petting Furina's wallpaper. No, you don't get it. I've had this for my wallpaper forever. I had to waste our money on it. How can you be so heartless? You know I'm battling anxiety. And wasting all of our money
Probably.
on Furina? That helps. Furina's the only thing that can cure my anxiety. Do you want me to suffer? Is that what you want? I'm a 29-year-old masculine beast. I
probably could have had a lot of constellations on the characters now if I wanted to pull on the characters, right? Like every single rerun and everything, but I didn't do it, so.
Spread my wings sometime and waste all of our money on Genshin Gacha. You know this. I set those boundaries, you narcissist. He just has the gall to call her verbally abusive and controlling and a narcissist. Meanwhile, this unhinged goober just wasted $600 of their emergency funds for virtual Genshin characters. It's unbelievably pitiful. And he tries to blame her for not...
Well, this is a couple who both play Genshin Impact, so...
respecting his battle with anxiety. Hey, buddy, you know what's going to make that anxiety much worse? Having $0. I think that's going to make it a lot worse. Furina's not gonna
Yeah,
come
I
to
know
your
that her
rescue.
constellations aren't that good.
She's not real. Sorry to hit you with the cold water. All you're doing is digging yourself into a deeper hole, and now you're losing your fiance over it as well because you couldn't resist the urge to waste your money with her on this game behind her back.
That's crazy.
Everything pops off here in Act 4 of this. He spirals out of control. I don't want to get married to you. I'm not talking on the phone. So now he's the one calling the marriage off. If you can't respect me wasting all of our money on Furina and Genshin Impact characters, then we're just not meant to be, you narcissist. You thought...
That's crazy that you're literally gonna throw all of that out the window for a freaking fictional character, dude. That's crazy. Marriage too as well. He's literally throwing that shit out the window.
You can control me. You can't control me. I'm like Michael Jordan in his prime. You can't control me. You can only...
Dude, good luck trying to date someone in 2025, bro. That's all I gotta say, man. Good luck trying to find another woman in 2025, especially who enjoys Genshin Impact, you know?
To contain me, but you can't do that either because I'm hard addicted to Genshin Gacha, and I will waste all of the money that I ever see in my life on it. I emailed screenshots for my appointment tomorrow. Thank you for... Oh, sorry. I emailed screenshots for my appointment tomorrow. Thank you for giving me a horrible anxiety attack and ruining my night. And no, I didn't do a fucking thing with Furina yet because of your calls.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean I didn't do a fucking thing with Furina? You're gonna search up Rule 34 or something? You're gonna wank one off or something like that? Is that what you're gonna do? Question mark? I don't even know anymore, to be honest. Like, there's no problem, right? Genshin Impact Rule 34 is pretty good, you know, I'll be honest with you. But like you have a C6 character. What are you gonna do with her? You know, you're just gonna sit there, stare at her at C6, and do nothing. Crazy.
That's heartbreaking.
Or maybe he's trying to get a C6 character so then he can put in some mods or so and make her naked, and then he can jerk one off or so while he's playing the game at the same time with one hand.
I spent all this money on Furina, and you
I saw that actually. I did see that.
Blabbering about how bad and big of a deal it is has prevented me from spending time with Furina. You proud of yourself now? I didn't even get to use Furina yet, as he's like shedding tears, profusely crying in his bathtub. She then makes a threat that sends him off the rails. This was threatening the nuclear option. She said, "I'll call Capital One and dispute the charge. Your account will be banned." I have no doubt when he read that, his heart sank. The pit in his stomach expanding to a black hole in his soul. All the color in his world.
Yeah, my friends told me I'm in another server, so with some friends or so, a private one where they told me it's like, well, ZZZ has taken over Honkai Star Rail in Rule 34.
To gray, as he was faced with the possibility of losing Furina. He said, "Try it. You'll lose me forever. Why? I'm going to Scottsdale for the night. Stop calling me for 12 hours and we can talk then. Good night." Will you please answer my mom? Please. So, during this, his mom, I guess, was trying to get involved. Like, how can you do this to my son? According to the fiance here, his family started calling her abusive for this, which is crazy that even his family doesn't understand how bad it is to waste the emergency money on fucking Genshin Impact characters. So his mom, I guess, was trying to call to give her a piece of her mind, an earful on this. Like, how unreasonable can you be to my son, you abusive narcissist? And then he tries to do the old Jekyll and Hyde routine, so he comes back and says, "I apologize for my reaction. As I said, my anxiety is bad today, and I have to do better. I love you. You don't need to dispute the charges. I'll get you the money soon. Redacted can spot me 600 tonight, so you can text him your Venmo. Anxiety really bad. Redacted, please. That damn anxiety."
Baby, I think that's what it says. I see a Y, or maybe Amy, probably. Really bad. Probably Amy, maybe. I don't know. I'm just taking a guess. It's probably the name or so of the person.
Your Venmo?
Maybe. I'm not too sure.
Anxiety really bad. Redacted, please. That damn anxiety using him like a goddamn fleshlight here. He treats anxiety like he's trapped in a fucking genjutsu. I love how everything about him changed once she threatened to dispute the charge and he might lose Furina. No, don't do that. Please, don't do anything drastic. We can still come back from this. Look, don't. Without Furina, I have nothing. I have nothing. So now he's getting his mom on the horn, like, "Mom, we have to save Furina." He's treating it like a hostage negotiation now. He's like, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Look, don't dispute the charges. Don't dispute the charges. I'll get the $600 another way. Anything but that. Please, God, no, don't do it. My anxiety is really bad. Look, it's just bad anxiety. Anxiety is what caused all of this. Look, we don't need to do
That's not an excuse. That's all I gotta say. That's not an excuse whatsoever.
Thing like this. It doesn't have to be this extreme. Anyway, though, that's the whole text journey, but the poster did give a bit of an update. The marriage is off, and he's blocked her, but is still actively playing Genshin Impact on Discord, so he's at his mom's house doing that. She did get $600.
Wait, he lives with, well, actually, you know what? There's nothing wrong with living with your parents at the age of 29 or so. Especially in today's economy or so. But I assume like when they're gonna get married together, they're gonna live together. So, well, you know, hey man, it is what it is. They think it's fake, but it could be real because people are that dumb now. Oh no, there are people who spend like absorbent amount of money or so on Genshin Impact. Like there was this one girl or so who spent like, over like what, $2,000 or $5,000 or something like that on Zhongli's banner or something like that. So yeah, there's nothing wrong, but honestly, what did you expect? I live with my parents, but they also need assistance. Yeah, like I live with Mama Azathoth because number one, you know, she's the only adult or so because you know, she can't really pay all the bills because her job doesn't cover, you know, can't cover everything. So that's a problem. So that's the only thing. So usually me and my blood related brother, we usually try to help out as best as we can. So my half brother doesn't even, well, he kind of helps, but not really though. So it's kind of iffy. It's kind of a little bit iffy. That's just family matter though. I'm not gonna get into it. So but yeah, overall, like there's people who spend like absorbent amount of money or so on Genshin Impact or so, and then they regretted it later down the line or something like that. So sending a picture of Furina to your wife is equivalent of sliding a dollar bill to a security guard to access the White House. Hey, Cifuentes. But yeah, honestly, kind of very crazy, dude. Dang, she hearted his text of "I don't want to get married to you." That's savage. As someone who plays, $600 is almost 300 pulls, assuming he had to top up bonus. Pretty sure anyways, I'm horrible to do math. Don't even spend more than $15 at once on this godforsaken game. So he was going for extra copies too, which is generally insane, especially since with a character like Furina, you don't need extra copies for her to work insanely well, and even be meta, and yet he's acting like he's more devoted to a fictional character than his fiance. There's no way this guy is actually 29. Yep. Unfortunately, there actually is people like that. There actually is people. There are people who are like that, you know? Bro, just let people spend their money, bro. And I don't give two fucking shits, bro. Like, if you're gonna ruin yourself financially, go ahead. It's gonna teach you a lesson at the end of the day. Remember, right? Humans always make mistakes at the end of the day. How do humans learn? When they actually make the mistakes. You can tell. It's like the same thing when you tell a kid or so, stop running in the store, but then they don't listen or so, and they keep doing it, and then they fall over and they bang their head and they start crying or so, and then what do you say? Yeah, you idiot. I told you not to fucking do it. So it's just how it is. It's just how human nature is. It's just how you humans are. So he's not gonna learn until he suffers the consequences of his own actions. So you can keep telling him, but it's not gonna work. So anyways, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to see this video because I thought it was pretty funny, you know. It's a good one. I like this one. This was a very funny. Like I am an old Genshin player, so I am Genshin grandma because I played this game since like the beta. Granted, I don't play it anymore, right? It's been like roughly about, you know, a year since I like full delve into it. From time to time, I'll open up the game and like maybe I'll waste some resin, maybe I'll do that. You know, someone else is taking care of the account, because I can't be bothered anymore. So. That's pretty much about it, though. But yeah. Anyways, you guys can comment, like, subscribe, do all that fancy, jazzy stuff. And yeah, don't break your marriage over 3D or 2D waifus or husbandos. It's not worth it because, goddamn, because you want to date in 2025. Good luck with that shit, you know. Cherish the person that you've made a connection with, you know. Don't just throw it away over a fictional character. And that's my 2 cents and my own tip. That's the end of the video. And